everybody, welcome back to Northernlion's Vanilla Runs in the Binding of Isaac. I'm just in the mood for a nice low-key Samson run today, because it's been a while since we played as Samson, I think anyway, you know, I don't even see my runs anymore. I just see blondes, brunettes, redheads, you know, I don't even see my runs anymore. I just see challenge runs, vanilla runs, it's races, etc, etc. I don't even know why I went down with that tangent, but in any case, I like playing as Samson. Samson's got, you know, rage built in. Despite all his rage, though, he is still just a rat in a cage. Aren't we all, really? Billy Corgan, if you think about it, or if you don't think about it, should I say. So I have no idea how this run is going to work out. I say that every single time. It's a challenge in and of itself, for different reasons. You know, if we're going to get philosophical, every run in Isaac is a challenge in its own unique way. I mean, with Samson, we have the ability to do a lot of damage on rooms that have a lot of enemies. I don't really want to use my bonded. Well, I guess I have to. We have the ability to do a lot of damage to enemies, of course, but we also lack a lot of HP, so we're really going to need to stack that up if possible. Stack that up, I realize that is not really a song, but it would be, to me it sounds like a Lou Bega, like, BK crossover. Like he'd be singing Stack It Up to the tune of, like, Wrap It Up by the Fabulous Thunderbirds, only it would be about, you know, getting a quad stacker or something. I have no idea. Mom's Bra is our spacebar item. Okay, I don't know what we've done here, but that was truly frightening. You see something new every Isaac run, I suppose. And we're gonna have a total pain in the ass trying to kill these guys. But, you know, oftentimes first boss is gonna be one of the harder bosses. Not because, you know, of any, like, attribute that they have or real innate difficulty, but simply because we're starting from basically square one here. But they're gonna be done soon. You know, it's like that Brian McKnight song. 1, it's like a monster come true. 2, just want to be with you. 3, girl, it's plain to see that you're the only one for me. I wish I was smart enough and quick-witted enough to implement my own Isaac-related lyrics there. But sadly, brain's not feeling up to snuff right now. Let's continue moving on. I would say that was a good first floor, a good upgrade to get on the first floor as well. But obviously, Mom's Bra is the weakest point of our life right now, and also, you know, inevitably, without question, the grossest part of our life right now. We definitely want to go to the item room, but, you know, while we're here... Ooh, that's a troll bomb. And it was faster than I was, unfortunately. I think I probably should have just tried to run farther away. But sadly, again, what did I tell you about brain power? Not the Freeze Pop song that was famous or infamous from Rock Band. We get another small rock. I'm looking for ways to increase my base damage in 6 weeks or less by using this one simple tip that makes doctors hate this single mom, but for now that might not be in the cards. So why don't we just fight the boss? Assuming it's like a Larry Jr. or a Steven. Okay, that's not bad. We will catch them unawares like this, and then just go to town on them, basically. In fact, maybe I'll even use a bomb. Might seem like a silly decision, but it may actually allow us to kill the small Steven before the big one, which I think gives us a better chance of getting Steven as opposed to little Steven. Not that that's a huge get, really, in the whole scheme of things. I mean, it's fine, but it doesn't really help us out all that much. And presumably bombs will come by later as well, and they'll be fast and furious for us. So little Steven or regular Steven, both of which increase our damage. So I am psyched to get either of those. Cat o' Nine Tails was not really what I was expecting there, given the fact that 100% of the time you fight these guys, they give you one of the items related to their characters. But I guess the game didn't get the memo on that one, so instead we pick up an item that I consider among my worst items in the game. That being said, I suppose, you know, let's look on the bright side. It's going to make zombies easier to kill. And who doesn't like killing zombies in an efficient fashion? You know, like 90% of the people in horror movies, I suppose. Oh, my wife got bitten by a zombie, but I still love her. Let me just crawl into bed with her. And oh, I started a second 28 weeks later. What a dumb-ass dude. Good move. I really like 28 weeks later. We're going to get rid of Mom's Bra to pick up the shears instead. I really like 28 weeks later. I like 28 days later more, but I like 28 weeks later. But man, that whole dick family just kickstarted, in like the old version of the term, kickstarted a like zombie revolution. Never forgive them for that. I forget, what was that guy's name? That was Robert Carlyle? That was it, I think. I don't even know. I'm just talking to myself right here. We are on the Catacombs Part 1. We have the shears. You know, I don't really consider this to be a great position for us to be in right now. Kind of looking for more damage, hopefully. I will pop the shears more often, though. You know, I'm still, I forgot shears make you fly as well, which is kind of silly because I've been using this item for, like, literally 2 years now, but, I'm trying to get better at a couple of things in Isaac. One of them is, you know, realizing that I can use spacebar items a lot more, and maybe that will actually improve my success without limiting me in ways that I haven't really been conscious of in the past, shall we say. Like, normally, with the shears, I would just use them on the boss, and that would be that. That's a strategy that works fine, but at the same time, it could be better. Like, we might be able to use it on another room. Maybe doing that saves us collectively half of a heart per floor, and maybe as a result of that, we end up beating the game instead of losing it. You know, big things have small beginnings. As much as I really dislike Prometheus and considered it an affront to science fiction, quote's got some good relevance here. Now, I will go into this room. The key is important, but beyond that, it's also just a good opportunity for us to get another charge on our shears here. It is a 6-room charge, so I'm just hoping to get it back in time for the boss. Plus, you know, we got some consumables. And this is probably not going to be too difficult because, as Samson, you know, the more enemies that we fight, the stronger we actually become, so it doesn't really matter. It's been a very slow run so far, though. I mean, 5 minutes to be done with the first 2 floors is not horrible, but at the same time, it is certainly not the speed of which I'm accustomed to, having done challenge runs recently. In fact, I had a false start with a mom's knife run with Samson. I might as well talk about it here because I don't think I'm going to do the run again, but it was suggested by a YouTube user, I think 00 Gaming Nation. And the way it basically worked is that you play as Samson, which is kind of the genesis for why I'm playing as him right now. But you start as Samson, and you get 1 HP upgrade, so you have 2 hearts. Mom's Knife, Mom's Contact. Ooh, Maggie's Faith is great here, but Mom's Knife, Mom's Contact, and Mutant Spider to basically give you a super high power or high damage Mom's Knife, but you can't shoot it, and you can only take HP upgrades for the rest of the game. So I tried it. I got to like the 2nd floor in like 45 seconds, basically, because when you walk into enemies with like Mom's Knife plus Mom's Contact, they just freeze and stay frozen, because I think the way Mom's Knife is programmed is that like it fires like 10 times a second or something like that, so the chance of freezing them and keeping them frozen is incredibly high. Anyway, I am rambling here. I died on like the 2nd floor just because I didn't get any HP upgrades from any of the early bosses, and I hate when challenge runs are kind of subject to luck like that. I mean, you know, The Binding of Isaac in general is kind of a luck-based game. It's a game where luck, you know, improves your chances, shall we say. I wouldn't necessarily say it dictates whether or not you're going to succeed in every case, but oftentimes it does. But to have a run that's really fun just end because... Is that Ipecac? It's Chemical Peel, good. To have a run that was pretty fun just end because you didn't get the right random number generator quirks is real annoying. So I don't know, Chemical Peel, overall, I guess it's nice because we're going to get some base damage increase, but I do believe it only applies to one of our tiers. So it maybe not as good as I would have liked, but at the same time, you know, seeing that red tier is nice, adds a little bit of visual difference to the picture, shall we say. I definitely do not want to go to... Well, I do want to go to the shop, but I don't have the money necessary right now, especially since I still have 0 bombs somehow. Very tempting to use these shears here, but instead I will just, you know, do things the old-fashioned way and move on and fight the boss. Hopefully earn a deal with the devil. And we are fighting this dude right here, which is actually, it's an asset that I can fly, so I can get away quickly, but I'm pretty sure that this 5th level Meat Boy will just tear them apart. It's not really a 5th level Meat Boy when you think about it. I don't know why I thought that you could get a 5th level Meat Boy. That was like a myth that persisted in The Binding of Isaac for me for a while. People told me you can get a 5th level Meat Boy. It took the first time of me getting like 5 cubes of meat to be like, yo, wait, you guys are actually full of shit. Wouldn't be the last time. Maybe I'm gonna eat my own words. Maybe there is a 5th level Meat Boy. Maybe, you know, adults can see why kids like the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I have no idea. I'm just, you know, making my way in the world today. We've made some good progress so far. Maggie's Faith is going to be a huge asset for us moving forwards. Huge asset also seems like a great name for like a school principal in like a coming of age movie or something. This is your principal, huge asset, and he could be British or something because obviously, you know, if you're British in a movie like this, you're going to be pompous. Yeah, I'm not saying British people are pompous. I'm saying if you're cast in this role, you're going to be playing the role of like a I'm trying to think of who, like a Dylan McDermott, but British. I don't know, man. It's been a while. Maybe you could be like a Tim Curry, but not the cool Tim Curry. Oh, yeah, I mean, Tim Curry is always cool, but, you know, you could be like the asshole Tim Curry from Scary Movie 2 or something. I have no idea what I'm even talking about at this point. We are going to kill this silkworm. I'm still not pleased at all with my base damage, but at the same time, I am getting good consumables here. I've got enough keys to kind of sustain the operation, keep the lights on here at Northernlion HQ. Let's continue upwards. I've considered, that was bad, but I've considered using my shears on that last room because the ability to pick up 4 bombs might be more valuable than what I would use it for, which would be fighting the boss. But at the same time, actually, now that I think about it, it's probably best to use it for the boss and then maybe come back later anyway. So this is a shitty room for me. I am trying to take it, you know, piece by piece. The enemies are very nearly dead. At least the human popcorn should be a 2-shot enemy. 3-shot, sadly. Maybe the next one I can kill a little bit faster. We actually won't have the shears available for a little while. I kind of just want to bum rush this floor. I know that sounds short-sighted, but in doing so, we would get the extra HP from Maggie's Faith, which we kind of desperately need right now. Tarot card is the Hanged Man. Well, actually, that is a huge benefit. This is going to be a big room for us for a couple of reasons. The big one, of course, is that we are going to be able to use that Hanged Man to pick up 4 bombs, which actually is an asset, especially if we find tinted rocks in the future. But moreover, it's going to get our shears charged, and we'll be able to use those on the boss. I mean, we still want to do some side tracking or exploring on this floor, because I want to make sure that I go to the item room, of course. Especially, you know, you never know. The one time I skip the item room, it'll obviously be like Polyphemus or something. Not that we could actually prove that. Every time I say side tracking, I think of like 2 things. I think either that is going to become a new like website like Kickstarter or, you know, Google, and that's how it became a verb, like, oh, just sidetrack it. But then I'm thinking, what would sidetrack as a website do? And I guess what I'm thinking is that it would like distract you or something like that. You could call it, the site could be sidetrack, and it could be like a stumble upon or a Reddit or something like that. A clone, basically. So you'd be like, oh man, I just got sidetracked yesterday, and people would be like, what's up with that? I don't even know. I'm not a good marketer. The other thing that I was thinking is that it would be sweet if you made something called the sidetrack, but then you made it like, just stay over the rock, just stay over the rock. If you made something called the sidetrack, but then it was actually just like a shitty infomercial, like exercise product, like the sidetrack, it blasts your stabilizers. I don't even know. It's, again, my speech totally got flustered there, but we are going to destroy this guy, get Spirit Hearts, which actually makes me feel a lot more confident about my ability to possibly survive with this Eternal Heart. Cube of Meat gives us a little bit of added defense, and our deal with the Angel gives us the Miter. So that was a really good room for us with respect to possibly getting some upgrades. So let's make our way down here. I will pop the Hanged Man. That was a pretty lucky turn of events, but if we get more Spirit Hearts again, these kind of back up Maggie's Faith. Now that we have more bombs, I want to go to the secret room because I want to get money so I can go to the shop and possibly buy Mom's purse, because again, Maggie's Faith would be huge for us moving forwards. Again, I still don't understand the mechanics of how Maggie's Faith works at all, basically, which makes me a big ding-dong because people always explain it in the comments, but I just choose to ignore that because I'm kind of an asshole, I suppose. But let's kill these guys without losing our Spirit Heart, ideally, because that's a nice... That's like the North Korea between the U.S., South Korea, which is, or it's not, South Korea's not U.S. controlled. Oh, well, here goes the Eternal Heart. It was fun while it lasted, but it's gone, and so is my metaphor, sadly. Now, those guys are going to come down here too, I suppose, and I am going to very nearly die. At this point, there's really nothing stopping us from going to the item room beyond the fact that I could find myself killed. Oh my god, my keyboard cut out for a second there, I swear to god. Don't lose this run in the worst possible way. There's like hearts available on the map. Why didn't I go after them? Now, I'm just trying to simplify the equation. I don't know why this seems like solving the riddle of the fucking Sphinx right now. I really do not want to die here. We will go back to that boss room where there is a red heart awaiting us. It super sucks that we lost that Eternal Heart. But, you know, hopefully this is rock bottom for us, I hope. I think, anyway. Okay, we're back to full health. Like I said, rock bottom for us. Rock bottom for us will actually be when we die, or when I finally can afford Dwayne The Rock Johnson's appearance fee, and he'll show up and, you know, give us a People's Elbow and then his standard finishing move. Is the People's Elbow his finishing move? Because he's got the rock bottom, but he's also got the People's Elbow. What a blessed wrestler to have 2 sweet show-stopping moves and also a great acting career. This Binding of Isaac episode brought to you by Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Since the douchebags at Subway won't return my calls, I want to have, you know, footlong Fridays, $5 footlong Fridays with Northernlion. We could run a Twitch stream. It'll be awesome. I want to sell out corporately. If anyone out there works at Subway HQ, talk to me, man. I will stream for footlongs. That sounds vaguely sexual, but in a very weird and possibly, you know, anal tearing kind of way. Anal tearing. That's gotta be some kind of metal band, right? Or like a hardcore band. Oh, we're anal tearing, and we're here to play Happy Birthday. I don't know. I like dissonance like that, shall we say. We've gone through literally every room on this damn floor, and we did it all for Odd Mushroom. Come on, the Odd Mushroom, so you can take that cookie and... Alright, well... what can I say? My reference foo isn't really there today, but hopefully that's amusing to you at the very least. Odd Mushroom is awesome. It's going to give us crazy DPS. We have 9 bombs now, and now we are like doing a super slow run here. But hopefully it will speed up now that we have Odd Mushroom. We picked up more money as well. Just enough to literally take us to 15 cents. So I'm going to take a hit of this dank-ass H2O as we make our way to the shop. Just, you know, talk amongst yourselves. Delicious sustainer and giver of life. Let's check out what we've got in the shop down here. Blue candle. Alright, well the shears are awesome. You know what's an awesome shear? Paul Shear of Human Giant and the How Did This Get Made podcast. But sadly, I am going to get rid of our Paul Shears there. It's ironic that his name is Paul Shears and he's like basically bald. It would be like if my name was Ryan Follicle or something like that. Which actually sounds like it could be a pop star or something. I don't know what kind of road I'm going down here. Anyway, what I was getting at is we did pick up the blue candle for 7 cents. That is going to give us a lot more damage. And you know, in conjunction with our the odd mushroom that we also picked up, this was a very good floor for us. We also picked up the miter. The single cube of meat doesn't really interest me all that much, but the other benefits that we got are far more than fringe benefits. So after the pink glitch or the XL floor finally you know, comes in here, hopefully I mentioned this before. Doesn't it look like we're gonna be fighting Cthulhu at the end of this? I never noticed that before. You know, there's almost like some kind of Scribblenauts style Cthulhu head at the end here. Let's hope that this works for us at some point in the future. I would hate for this run to end due to a silly glitch. I don't know how this happens or like what causes this or if it's completely random. I hope this is out of the Rebirth game, because if they have the kind of functionality for races, I would hate for this to, you know, stop somebody for a minute. It probably happens to Green and Zen all the time, assuming that they've done enough races here. But in any case, how's it going, everybody? Oh, so we got the lucky pink glitch followed by the white glitch, which is rare, to say the least, for good reason. Very glad we don't have an XL floor for once, because XL floors actually cause us great anguish. Why are all of our tiers red now? I'm not complaining. Oh, maybe that was because I killed some enemies early, so rage procced, but never mind. I completely understand now, and I realize that I am King Ding Dong, so let us just fire in here. Now range is actually super important, because if I could just stand at one side of the map and just send like a sweet volley of shots, I would love to do so. Child's Heart is not that good for us. But definitely the candle is great for us moving forwards. Oh, sorry, I will get my mouse off the screen. Again, what did I say? King Ding Dong. One of my favorite Zelda bosses. Blue candle is so good. If I was working as a balancing, or a tester is a better way to put it, for the Binding of Isaac Rebirth, the recommendation I would make about blue candle is make it so it doesn't recharge on every room. Make it so that it's just like a one, you know, still use it on every room. It could be like a more powerful version of Tammy's head. That's totally fine with me. However, I think making it recharge on every room makes it way, way, way too powerful. But at the same time, you know, what mama don't know won't hurt her, and this makes our run a lot better. So let's fire some shit in here. We will take our key and then continue moving onwards. In fact, we will kill Larry Jr. with a single burst. Sadly, we didn't get anything as a result of our troubles there, but we did find the item room. Now, if I could just, I wanted to hit these guys all at once. Blue candle, I mean, I probably don't need to articulate this, but blue candle is so awesome as Samson, because it allows us to, when our base damage is shitty, which it isn't anymore, but let's assume that it was. When our base damage is at our worst, is maybe a better way to put it, we can just use blue candle, kill like 4 enemies in one hit, and then get rage procced, basically. Get rage procced sounds like a soda. Oh, it's another HP upgrade. Now I am, you know, in the position of everything's coming up Millhouse, essentially, which, by the way, that position is doggy style. Oh, that was a terrible dodge on my part there. I feel faster than I used to be. I'm not sure what's up with that, but appreciated nonetheless. We did find our boss room. So you know what? Let's skip over the shop, because I'm lazy, and as much as Mom's Purse would benefit me, it's not a necessity anymore like it was recently. And if I wanted to, I could just kill all these enemies with, not to brag, but with the blue candle, because that would actually neutralize their shots as well. And actually, fighting the Fallen is exactly what I want to do right now, because he has the potential to give us a really great item for what is, you know, functionally a pretty easy boss fight. So I managed to not take damage there somehow. We're just going to keep moving onwards here. They dropped a Spirit Heart because the game is being far too kind to me. We're going to pick up the Nail. It's so tempting, but I kind of want to stick with Blue Candle. We'll take Scapular. And as tempting as the nail is, I think I will just pick up the Spirit Heart and continue. Yeah, as tempting as the nail is, I think I'll just pick it up, take the Spirit Heart, and move downwards to the next floor with the blue candle in tow. Because I would be remiss if I got rid of blue candle. It's really, I'm not effing with you. It's a better item in this situation, not in every situation, than the nail. But it is better in this situation, I feel, given that we could really use that extra damage, and we're already doing okay with respect to Spirit Hearts. In fact, we could probably roll permanent invincibility if I could just find a way to, get a Guppy's Paw or something like that, although we're getting deals with the Angel instead of deals with the Devil, so who knows if that's even going to be a possibility. In any case, I'm very pleased with this run so far. Whenever the Troll Engine gives me a good vanilla run, it's a happy day, again, at Northernlion HQ. Sadly, that boss trap room does not seem to be in the cards for me. I should pick up that cent, just leaving it down there. I'm basically throwing money down the toilet. With 9 cents, I will look out for the secret room here. If the secret room is around, I would much rather fight greed in the secret room and then know that there can't possibly... Are you effing me? Are you sitting on my dick? Like, what happened there? Okay, there we go. So it took us 2 bombs. 2 bombs and a key for a Spirit Heart is, shall we say, I got jilted a little bit on that one. That is a below market value for Spirit, or for what I offered. But at the same time, every Spirit Heart counts. Every Spirit Heart is sacred. Every Spirit Heart is great. When a Spirit Heart is wasted, commenters get quite irate. This is the truth. Let us see what we have down here. More money, tons more money in fact, and more bombs and more keys, so that makes me feel a little bit better about things. I'm almost positive, this is real bad, I'm almost positive we're going to end up fighting greed in the shop, just because we haven't seen him so far, but I guess to be fair, I haven't really gone to that many shops either. I'm also pretty sure that we're going to be backtracking a whole heck of a lot here. I really don't know why we're so fast. I don't know if this is like Odd Mushroom, and I'm just now realizing it, again, because I have the brain of a sloth. Nothing wrong with that. Let's go inside the mind of a sloth man. Can you imagine? Oh man, if Sloth Man was like a superhero, Sloth Man, help me! That robber stole my purse. He'd just be like, whatever, man. And also, what I couldn't really articulate in this space, given the constraints of video recorded media, was that like the sun would set during the time where the sloth was just sitting there smiling at the victim, and then the victim would go home, and she would tweet angrily about Sloth Man and how ineffectual he is. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. We're gonna back it up and get around here. I'm gonna take a F-ton of damage and continue getting corner-fucked by the Mask of Porn here. The AI on these hearts is so good. They dodge so well. But if I continue to kill them, then there's not much that they can do in response to that, so let's move onwards. The candle should be an invaluable asset here. Again, I become so powerful, the Death Destroyer of Worlds, as a result of the candle giving me sweet rage procking. Again, rage procking. Doesn't that sound like it could be a soda or something? Like, that would be the marketing campaign for the soda. The soda itself would just be called Rage, which, probably has negative connotations, again, being the name of the zombie infection that destroyed London in 28 Days Later, which apparently is going to be the theme of this video. I guess at this point we can take Cancer and just use it for the mom boss fight. It's going to give us a better rate of fire, if that's possible, which it may not be. I was hoping the candle could hit that dude and make it so I didn't have to risk getting my hands dirty down here, basically. This is not worth it, but I have the speed to at least get a penny out of it, so, if you've got it, flaunt it, I suppose. Now we will run away. I totally did not even realize that I hadn't been to the shop. The shop gives us 5 bombs that also give all of our bombs poison damage, and we'll just go F up Mom here in this situation. I really can't imagine a situation where we lose this one. I'm just going to use my candle for crowd control, and I'm going to use my my tears for fire. So whenever I see enemies come out, I would pop the candle at them. But otherwise, I am just going to basically tear Mom a new asshole here. That was super easy. We're going to get the Polaroid, obviously. Cancer was good for a couple of rooms. Thanks for coming out. And then we're going to pick up Meat, which gives us another Tears upgrade. So we should be firing a little bit faster or bigger right now. And then it's down to the next floor. So far, so good on this challenge run. Again, thank you to Maggie's Faith for making this a viability, shall we say. Now we are going to try to speedrun things as soon as possible. Not that I wasn't before, but, now I have better reason to, shall we say. So let's, first things first, yeah, just get Gertie Jr. to kind of come over here into my fuck corridor. I don't laugh. I actually have a fuck corridor. This house cost me a pretty penny. This is the whole reason we got a new Northernlion HQ. I've got the bathroom, bedroom, an ensuite, and then, of course, my fuck corridor. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just being safe about things, really. You don't want to have intercourse in a standard hallway. You never know what could go wrong there. You know, people could open doors. Maybe somebody slips. If you've got a tile floor, they could really hurt themselves. So we've got it all carpeted. It's like there's a ball pit section, hand sanitizer. Come on by sometime, and I'll show you around. No weird stuff, I promise. No weird stuff, he says in the middle of the weirdest tangent in his commentary in history. Again, I don't know, in my advanced YouTube age here, I'm becoming more manic, shall we say. The Hands of Fates, more of a Rao Cow stream of consciousness style insanity, basically, stream of insanity, which is coincidentally what I say to myself when I take that first pee after waking up every morning. Now, I am going to get, again, trapped in the corner here. I can't believe that spider managed to get through my impenetrable defense. Well, I guess it's not really impenetrable if he managed to penetrate me like we're living in my fuck corridor again. With 3 keys, I feel good about our chances to use that on the chest. It's been forever since I've beaten Blue Baby. So I really want to have that happen on this run. I don't know if it's actually going to be a possibility at all, but, you know, we have the HP necessary, that's for sure. Every time I say we have the HP necessary, I think that I'm talking about a delicious steak sauce. Now we've picked up another key, so I guess that's an omen. I might as well go to the shop here. And yeah, Book of Belial is real tempting, but at the same time, it can't possibly be better for us than the candle. Again, I think a sweet item in Rebirth would be, I've mentioned this a couple of times, but if there was an item that allowed you to hold 2 spacebar items at the same time, like concurrently or simultaneously, that would be amazing. I don't know how they would implement it mechanically. I guess you would just have, like, maybe the V key or the shift key or something becomes your new, your secondary spacebar item. It would also, it has the potential to make things, like, super overpowered, I suppose. Imagine if you had, like, if I had the nail and blue candle right now, that would be crazy. Or Book of Belial and blue candle. Or 2 books of Belial. It makes for some interesting, interesting theory crafting, shall we say, at our outset here. You know, you could use 1 Book of Belial on a room and then realize that you have a second one built up to kind of use on the boss. You could use both of them on the boss and get, like, synergistic effects. And then imagine if you had Nun's Habit applied to all of them. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Someone should just mod that into Isaac. I don't know. Is Isaac easily moddable? I haven't, like, seen any mods for it at all, I think. Except one guy on the subreddit was working on a multiplayer mod, but I haven't seen anything kind of come to fruition with that. If I did, I would be totally psyched. To be able to do multiplayer Isaac videos would be awesome. No matter what context. Like, if it's multiplayer co-op, awesome. Like, simultaneous. If it's just, you know, functionality to kind of link Isaacs and do races. If it's adversarial multiplayer, anything goes, man. I would be absolutely thrilled to see that. In any case, we have our boss here. I don't think I need the extra HP to fight him. I think I should be okay given my existing upgrades. Now, hopefully I don't end up eating my words there. Conquest, not the world's most difficult boss, but at the same time, he can be annoying sometimes. If I could actually hit him with Blue Candle, I would be totally psyched, but apparently that is too much to ask. We've actually already done like 25% of his health, so I don't feel too bad about things moving forwards. Although, of course, things could go terribly wrong all of a sudden. The beams of light from heaven, I basically just stand exactly still and hope for the best. Shall we say, pray for the best. Now, he will be dead very soon, and I was just going to say I don't anticipate myself taking much more damage against him, but I did get hit there, and I'm pretty sure that he is going to go down for the count on this next spree here. He is, you know, he's kind of an asshole to fight. I would rather fight Skolex, obviously, but that's not going to be in the cards for us. I would say we just go down to the next floor now. Obviously, the white pony doesn't interest me as much as the candle has been useful for me. Again, I would be remiss if I skipped over the candle or got rid of it at this point. Although, you know, with my health getting a little bad at this point, I am, to a certain extent, wondering what might have been if I had just gone with the nail instead, which, you know, it was a tough call. I mean, the obvious naysay to throw out here is that in my, you know, top 10 best Binding of Isaac items video, the candle was not included at all, whereas the nail was included as like my number 5 or number 7 or something best item. So it seems like I'm being a little bit hypocritical, but again, it's a situational thing. I think in this situation, or, you know, and that was also based on it being Isaac-centric. You know, if it was not necessarily Isaac-centric, if we're talking about other characters, I mean, obviously, the nail is really good on characters that need a lot of health. I guess that kind of runs counter to what I was saying then, because Isaac doesn't really need a lot of health. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm just saying, you know, different strokes for different folks, and different funds for different runs, if you know what I mean. That sounds like an ad for diarrhea medication. Different funds for different runs. Nah, it just sounds like a bad saying. I apologize for having birthed it into this world like an abomination. You know, John and Kate +8 style Spawn or something like that. It's unfair for me to say. It's not the kids' fault, but at the same time, I doubt they're listening, so I'm not going to take it back. Let us kill these guys and move onwards. It's been slow going, surprisingly slow going, considering the amount of damage that I am wielding right now. The power I hold in my own hands. Kanye West would be not so happy from an ethical or conceptual level, I suppose. So we're gonna try to get like one last candle shot in here. That was terrible damage. I never should have been hit there. Just got a little bit too cocky, and we did all of that for 2 bombs, which is not a very good value proposition in my mind. We have kind of branching paths here as if we're playing Heavy Rain or something, but we don't have the means. We like with no map and compass. That's the major hole in our run right now. But hey, we found the boss anyway, so who cares? We will let Cuba Meat destroy him, and we will move on to Mom's Heart. I really do not want the missing page as an item. I would be surprised if Mom's Heart was able to, you know, cause us any major problems. Again, considering we have the candle as well as very good bombs here, I don't foresee too much negativity befalling us here. Especially, yep, Poison Bombs is going to allow us to do even more damage still. And my tears are going to get this sweet Rage proc. The monster died very quickly. Just kick that in there, and then we will drop the candle. And this is probably like the best loadout that I could imagine for taking out Mom's Heart in an easy and quick way. Because basically, like, our dams do damage, or our bombs do damage. They do damage over time as well, which is always nice, and the candle does a ton of damage, and our tears do a ton of damage. Basically, everything that we have is incredibly strong. So, at this point, we got 2 Spirit Hearts there. I say we go up to the next floor, because there's really nothing else that could possibly benefit us, awaiting us down here. I'm hoping that oh man, that was these guys got hops. It was a nice jump, from the Widow there. And the Champion Widow is going to be a pain in the ass as well, but now that he is dead, we'll be able to pick up our Spirit Heart. So that was a neutral room. We do have enough keys to go to the chest, and open all the items contained therein. I mean, we have the key to go to the chest, which is a creative way of referring to the Polaroid, I suppose. But we also have the keys necessary to possibly make something good happen in there. So if we beat Isaac, we have some positivity, shall we say. Is this... Oh, careful. Is this worth the trouble? No, it is probably not. But we did knock it out here. So let's see if that's worth 1 bomb, 1 key, and 1 Spirit Heart. It would have to be pretty damn amazing. It was not at all. In fact, it cost us 2, because as soon as I opened it, it pushed us backwards. Hopefully that doesn't end up being what damns us on this run. That would be real embarrassing if I ended up losing simply because I wanted to open a single golden chest and ended up picking up a Liberty Cap in it. But we are going to kill this last little vestige of the Gemini here, and then we'll be able to move onwards. Oh, I've lost to Isaac on so many runs. I feel like Gabby J, man. I've lost so much, I forgot what winning feels like. But we have found our boss early. That is a break. That's a good luck for us. Oh, that was really close to me taking some seriously dumb damage. The other hole in our run right now is that I don't have the ability to fly, which would obviously be a huge asset. Again, there's huge asset. Principle from the Saved by the Bell movie reunion, because Mr. Belding wanted too much money. You know there is a service where you can get like washed up TV actors to leave you messages on your answering machine, or to like tape your answering machine message? Did you know that the answering machine secondary market used to be a real thing? I just realized how much I dated myself by talking about answering machines. But in it, you could have Richard Belding from Saved by the Bell read you a voicemail of some sort. With 4 hearts, could we possibly... I think it was like $300 or something too. It was really dumb. With 4 hearts, do we have a chance here? I think so. What I should probably do is only fire when I also have the candle ready. This is going to slow down the fight a great deal. But at the same time, it's also going to allow us to not get hit, which is the most important part, obviously. And you know what? We might want to kick some bombs in here as well. That'll allow us to... I mean, the poison damage is going to be annoying to allow us to dodge here, but it is going to do a ton of damage in its own right as well. Thank you, Mr. Cube of Meat. I have no idea how I'm approaching this fight, basically. I'm just kicking in bombs occasionally, and then using the candle as, like, a shield. So this is not a good long-term strategy. It might not even be a good short-term strategy, to be honest with you. But it is novel. At the very least, never say that I don't adapt my strategy to deal with the situation at hand. That was real bad. I should have fired earlier there. And at this point, I'm like, maybe we should just put down Temperance and blow it up. And in doing so... Oh, shit, we're gonna die. I was thinking maybe we get like a half red heart there or something. This is the most bizarre fight I've had in quite some time. We stand a decent chance of winning. Even though it might look like things are going real terribly right now. So we do have Angel Fetus territory here. As long as these shots don't curve in, I should be okay. And by okay, I mean I should have a half-decent chance of survival. Oh my god, we kind of had a chance there for a second. But in any case, thanks to you guys for watching this vanilla run. Thanks for your support on the Isaac series so far. Dying to Isaac for like the 8th time in a row. Hurts, man. But in any case, as always, thank you guys for watching. Continue suggesting your own challenge runs. I will crowdsource the ones that I deem most entertaining or appropriate. Again, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. And I will see you next time.